Hello YouTube. I'm a 6-year seller with gross annual sales of over $250,000, and I want to share with you some few things that I've learned to help maximize your profits. So first of all, one thing that I do is I will utilize sale days. Like I have several places I source, Goodwill being one of them, and on Tuesdays here in North Texas it's 25% off for seniors. And luckily I qualify, so I do a lot of shopping on Tuesdays. I will hit pretty much 5 or 10, between 5 and 10 Goodwills, and 25% off. That's 25% to my bottom line. It's the cheaper you buy something, the more goes to your bottom line. So another place that I go that has 50% off on Mondays and Thursdays, so I'm always popping in there. And I always utilize sale days to maximize my profits. Another thing I do is garage sales and estate sales. A lot of estate sales on the last day or the final day, they will do a 50% off. Some of them will even do, I've seen $5 fill a bag, where they hand you a bag and anything you can put in that bag is $5. And just utilizing and being smart about your purchases helps you put more money to your bottom line. The thing is garage sales. Like I popped into a garage sale this weekend. I just happened to stop by as an opportunity. As I was driving by, I saw it and I stopped, and I spent $30, and I came out with about $300 worth of sellable inventory. And I'd like to go over real quick with what I purchased. The first thing was I bought these two vintage brass belt buckles. Now this one is a hunting bird scene, and this is the state of Texas. It's a vintage Tony Llama. These are solid brass buckles, these old western style buckles that were popular in the 70s and even the early 80s. The rodeo themed ones, the German nickel silver ones, the brass ones. These have great value. A lot of times you can pick them at a garage sale for $1 or $2, and they'll sell for 25 to $50 depending on the model and which ones you found. These right here, I think I've got them listed for $24.95 plus shipping, so that's a nice little profit off. I paid $3 a piece for these. All right, the next thing, this is probably overlooked a lot, or it's underutilized. Let me put it that way. And this is vintage military clothing. There is an excellent market for that right now. And one caveat, one thing you need to realize is that with military clothing, you need to make sure that it's more than 10 years old. Because if not, you could have a Vero. I haven't seen the military file a Vero against you, but it is illegal to sell military clothing less than 10 years old. So you can, a lot of times you can tell by the designs, like the newer patterns are digital, or there's the Marpat design. I think that one's kind of old now. There's some newer ones, but these older ones like the woodland camouflage, whenever you see this type of camouflage pattern, that's an older one, and these are the most popular ones. This one right here, these are actually, all military clothing is going to have a tag like that, and you find this vintage clothing, and it's sometimes it's up here on the waistband or inside. And you'll always find this. Now these are aircrew combat trousers for pilots and gunship air crews. And these are aramid, so they're fire resistant, which makes them even more popular. So you can find these things right here. I got 2 sets of these pants here also that were matching. And I got the 2 pair of pants, 2 shirts, and a hat with the colonel insignia on it for $10. So that's a good deal. And those will sell for $25 a piece plus shipping. And then the gem I found was this right here. Whenever you see one of these flight type jackets here, these military flight jackets, these are flame proof, fireproof. Jacket Flyers cold. This is a Jacket Flyers cold weather. It's got the Colonel insignia on it too, and sometimes they'll have the unit patches on them. Patches are kind of popular sometimes. This is always a good pickup, a good thing to grab. This right here, this jacket here, will sell on eBay for a little over $70 plus shipping, and I paid $5 for it. So always keep a lookout for this stuff. A lot of people, former military, estate sales. I find them in estate sales a lot. This is an under-realized market, and the vintage stuff is what sells. So make sure you get the older stuff, and there'll always be a mil spec number in here, and you can Google or even look on eBay and find an item by that number, that military number, and it will give you a date, time, an era. Let me say era. And then that's it, like with the camouflage patterns. Military changes uniforms every so often. And I'm going to say frequently, but I know it's at 5 to 10 years, and it's probably closer to a 10-year span. So you can look at the patterns, and when you learn your patterns, you'll know immediately by looking. Like this one, the pants I showed you, those are not a true woodland camouflage. It is a camouflage. It is the older style. But if you find the woodland camouflage pattern, those are a little older, and those are quite popular, especially with your hunters. A lot of hunters like to wear the military gear. A few little tips, and hopefully things that boost your profit, because the cheaper you buy something, the more money goes into your pocket. And like I said, I utilize the 25% off senior day. At the end, if I go and spend $10, that's $2.50 off. $2.50 doesn't sound like a lot of money. If I go to 5 Goodwills, spend $50, so there's $17.50 for that day. And granted, that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you get up into volume, and I do a lot of volume, my sales are, I sell over 30 items a day, 7 days a week. So you do the math on that, and I'm saving 25 to 50% on my product costs. That's 25 to 50% to my bottom line. And when you look at the big picture, when you add this up for the whole year, that's where your savings come in. And sometimes the little macro savings and the little light things that you do, whether it's saving postage, saving on your inventory, your overhead of where you store your items, that all goes to your bottom line. That's more money in your pocket. And you can make your business much more efficient and profitable by doing little macros. Now, as far as shipping, I've got a video coming out soon which will be using eBay shipping versus pirate ship, and I'll show you how to use pirate ship, show you actual savings and some little tips and tricks that I've learned of what items I ship which way. So, okay, well, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and as always, please like, subscribe, comment, let me know what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, what you like, what you don't like. I appreciate all feedback because I'm constantly trying to improve myself, and something I learned from a seller I started following early in his career, which was Chris Lynn on 10K on the Bay, and he's Daily Refinement now, but at the time he was trying to get to be 10,000 items, and I followed him through his early journeys and even up to where he's at now. Him, and then along with Tech and Sports, two of the main sellers that I follow, and they have I'm telling you, those guys are the real deal. They know what they're doing. So, and I learned a lot from them. I hope you can pick up a few things from me as well. And y'all have a great day, and good luck selling on eBay.